Welcome to our series, Fine Poetry, poems that touch deeper chords. Today, E. A. Robinson. Afterthoughts. We parted where the old gas lamp still burned, under the wayside maple, and walked on into the dark, as we had always done. And I, no doubt, if he had not returned, might yet be unaware that he had earned more than earth gives to many who have won more than it has to give when they are gone. As duly and indelibly I learned. The sum of all that he came back to say was little then, and would be less today. With him there were no Delphic heights to climb, yet his were somehow nearer the sublime. He spoke and went again by the old way, not knowing it would be for the last time. The altar. Alone, remote, nor witting where I went, I found an altar builded in a dream, a fiery place, whereof there was a gleam so swift, so searching, and so eloquent, of upward promise, that love's murmur, blent with sorrow's warning, gave but a supreme, unending impulse to that human stream, whose flood was all for the flame's fury bent. Alas, I said, the world is in the wrong. But the same quenchless fever of unrest that thrilled the foremost of that martyred throng thrilled me, and I awoke, and was the same bewildered insect plunging for the flame that burns and must burn somehow for the best. The sage. Foreguarded and unfevered and serene, back to the perilous gates of truth he went, back to the fierce wisdom and the orient, to the dawn that is, that shall be, and has been, previsioned of the madness and the mean. He stood where Asia, crowned with ravishment, the curtain of love's inner shrine had rent, and after had gone scarred by the unseen. There, at his touch, there was a treasure chest, and in it was a gleam, but not of gold, and on it, like a flame, these words were scrolled: I keep the mintage of eternity. Who comes to take one coin may take the rest, and all may come, but not without the key. The torrent. I found a torrent falling in a glen, where the sun's light shone silvered and leaf-split. The boom, the foam, and the mad flash of it all made a magic symphony. But when I thought upon the coming of hard men, to cut those patriarchal trees away and turn to gold the silver of that spray, I shuddered. Yet a gladness now and then did wake me to myself till I was glad in earnest, and was welcoming the time for screaming saws to sound above the chime of idle waters, and for me to know that jealous visionings that I had had were steps to the great place where trees and torrents go. The world. Some are the brothers of all humankind, and own them, whatsoever their estate, and some, for sorrow and self-scorn, are blind, with enmity for man's unguarded fate. For some there is a music all day long, like flutes in paradise, they are so glad, and there is hell's eternal undersong of curses and the cries of men gone mad. Some say the scheme with love stands luminous. Some say 'twere better back to chaos hurled, and so 'tis what we are that makes for us the measure and the meaning of the world. And the last poem, 2 octaves. 1. Not by the grief that stuns and overwhelms all outward recognition of revealed and righteous omnipresence are the days of most of us affrighted and diseased, but rather by the common snarls of life that come to test us and to strengthen us in this, the prentice age of discontent, rebelliousness, faint-heartedness, and shame. 2. When through hot fog the fulgid sun looks down upon a stagnant earth where listless men laboriously dawdle, curse and sweat, disqualified, unsatisfied, inert, it seems to me somehow that God himself scans with a close reproach what I have done, counts with an unphrased patience my arrears, and fathoms my unprofitable thoughts. Namaste.